Hello, everyone. As we all know, in the current climate, many of us are now working from home, and a lot of us are using virtual meetings like what I'm doing here. So in this video, we will share a bit on the government's grants that is available to help companies build capabilities. So first is the Productivity Solutions Grant, which provides a maximum funding support of 80% from 1st April 2020 to 31st December 2020. Previously, the support was 70%. And for this funding, it is done on a reimbursement basis, which means that companies will have to pay 100% of the cost first before they get a refund from the government. And this grant has been enhanced to increase the scope of generic solutions listed here. So our advice to clients now is that for existing PSG vendors who are already on the grant, you should speak directly to ESG to have yourself included in the increased scope of generic solutions. And for new users, we recommend that you apply directly to ESG for the grant from 1st April 2020 onwards. Under the PSG, there is also this SME Go Digital Programme, which aims to make it easy for SMEs to adopt digital solutions. So interested SMEs can apply under PSG, which will provide up to 70% of the grant support on the cost of adopting these digital solutions. So in the chart below, you'll be able to see a flow chart of how existing and newly incorporated SMEs can go about doing this. So for existing SMEs, there are already pre-approved solution in the current market. It is called the Industry Digital Plans for various, that has been implemented for various different sectors. So for SMEs with basic needs, you can directly pick from these pre-approved solutions and apply for the PSG. Whereas for SMEs with more advanced needs, you can reach out to the SME Digital Tech Hub for further assistance, as they have experts there who will be able to help with these solutions. And for newly incorporated SMEs, you can consider taking up the Start Digital Pack, which I'll explain in the next slide. So Start Digital Packs helps these newly incorporated SMEs to get started with the foundational digital solutions. And these packs are offered by banks and telco partners as listed here. SMEs will be happy to know that if they were to sign up for a minimum 18-month contract now, they will receive cost waivers for at least 6 months, applicable for any 2 solutions. Under the Go Digital program, there is also the new launch of Grow Digital, which aims to support SMEs who are willing and ready to venture into overseas market. So they will be able to access to established B2C and B2B e-commerce platforms pre-approved by IMDA and be able to enjoy the following listed benefits. The SMEs can also receive training and support to build their competency for cross-border e-commerce. As this is newly launched, more details will be announced in Q2 2020, and we would be glad to give further updates subsequently. There is also the Enterprise Development Grant, the EDG, where the maximum funding support has also been raised from 70% to 80% for the period of April to 31st December 2020. And enterprises who are badly impacted by COVID-19, there is a maximum support level of up to 90% on a case-by-case basis. And therefore, our suggestion to the clients would be to speak to ESG now if you have any current specific project that falls within the scope of these grants, so that they can assist you on a case-by-case basis. Under the EDG, there is also the Automation Support Package. So this supports qualifying project costs such as equipment, training, and consultancy costs. For SMEs, the grant is up to 50% for qualified software and equipment costs and up to 70% for other qualified costs. Whereas for non-SMEs, the grant is up to 30% for qualified software and equipment costs and up to 50% for all other qualified costs. 100% investment allowance is also provided for automation equipment, and companies can loan up to $15 million for automation equipment. So if company currently has any relevant qualifying project costs, we recommend that you submit your application to ESG under the EDG grants under the Innovation and Productivity category. Next, there is the Market Readiness Assistance Grant, the MRA grant, which support SMEs to access overseas opportunities with a funding of up to 70% of the eligible cost, and is extended 3 more years to March 2023. The grant cap has been increased from $20,000 per year to $100,000 per new market for 3 years. And this can be applied through the Business Grant Portal. Last but not least is the SkillsFuture Enterprise Credit, which is also known as the SFEC, where it encourages employers to invest in enterprise transformation and the capabilities of their employees. Employers will now receive a one-off $10,000 credit to cover up to 90% of their OPE expenses. For this $10,000, the companies can only use up to $7,000 for enterprise transformation, and the remaining $3,000 should be used for workforce transformation programs. There is no cap on the amount used for workforce transformation, basically because the government is encouraging employers now to focus on the training and upskilling of their employees' existing skills. And this SFEC can be used on top of the other support levels of existing schemes, which means that you get double support. So what do I mean by this? This means when you look at this list of programs that is under the SFEC, you would see some of the grants that I mentioned earlier. For example, the EDG, the MRA, the PSG. So using PSG as an example, so if you have a project under PSG that is valued at $200,000, the PSG support provides up to 80% of the value. So in addition to this 80% of the value, the SFC support, which is kept at $7,000, can be added on top of this 80%. So the net cost for a PSG project that is valued at $200,000 would be $33,000. That's all I have for the grants available. Thank you for your time.